What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Welcome back to the show that's about everything and anything Corvette. I'm finally feeling a little bit better, at least, but probably about 90% at this point. So we're good to go. Monday nights will happen usually, unless I'm dead or dying. Last week I felt like I was dying. So here we are, back to our normal scheduled programming. Monday nights, 7:30 p.m. Everything and anything Corvette. Today we are joined with David, who has the wrong name underneath his screen.
I could be Joeler
I'm
today.
gonna say he is David. Don't worry. There we go. We got it updated. Joeler is in the background,
fill,
but
man.
yeah, right. Somebody noticed it. I didn't fix it fast enough. Hot Rod Todd caught it right off the bat. I love you guys. You guys are really quick to notice the things that are wrong and not so fast to notice the things that are wrong.
I don't think I could fill those shoes. And 90% for you is like 1,000% for us mere mortals.
Hey,
So,
I like that, David. Thank you. See, this is why I keep having him on. He says nice things to me.
build you up.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, Professor Corvette was the first one I noticed. Or nope, second one. Professor second. He says, "Wait, David is now Joeler?" With a David face. Not even like he never types anything out. I've given him just the right amount of emojis to make it
Just the right amount of
never has
emojis.
to type
He communicates
a full
without-
sentence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, ZR1 Mark says dying and still sent me my winning gift. Thank you. You're welcome, Mark. Thank you for entering. So, guys, we're going to hit the ground running tonight with this. The giveaway tonight is again from Boosted Lighting Solutions. It is the engine appearance package, or if you have a convertible, it will be the card that you slide in the front in the windshield to light up the Team Corvette logo. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about here. This is going to be your engine appearance package lighting. It installs in the stock area where your engine appearance lighting would be if you had it. And it's all very OEM looking. It has a way to pull power so you can control it anytime. You can make it whatever color you want. It's a lot better than the OEM lighting solution. And you can win it tonight. So normally it's about $500. Tonight you're going to win it with an entry of $10. We'll get you one entry. $50 or more is, of course, double entries. And again, if you have the convertible, you're going to get this version instead, which will light up the windshield area. And again, if we click on the video here, you'll see it lights up all kinds of different colors. You can have it on or off whenever you want. There is no stipulations here. You are in full control of this LED. So again, $10 is an entry, $50 or more is double entries. Let's get those rolling as fast as possible because this will be given away tonight, guys. So Boosted Lighting Solutions, of course. Again, they are the sponsor of the video tonight to make sure you guys are happy and, taking care of it in the Corvette community. That's what we're here to do. So we got our first entry. It looks like Charles Samaha. He's in for $100. So guys, he's our very first one. Thank you, Charles. I just saw Charles also re-upped his membership. I think, yep, he re-upped his membership. So lots of green names in the comment section. I love to see it, guys. You guys are killing it with that stuff. But Charles is the first one to get entered for this giveaway. But don't let it slip away, guys. I've made a video on this device. I still have it in my car. And actually, I didn't even think about it. If you guys don't know, David actually installed the custom painted intake for me on my car. I haven't put out that video yet, but whenever I do, I'm going to have to find a way to turn those lights on. And I didn't even think about doing that at night, turning on the light and letting that, actually show the color of everything. So, yeah. Jay is not entering the drawing tonight, guys. He's taking a rain check.
You got to get in.
Yeah, I was going to say, there could be a new winner on the block here. Now,
Your odds multiply just by him not entering, regardless of how many times you enter.
No, just for clarification, guys, the reason why Jay always wins is because he throws a lot of money at this stuff. So this it's not rigged by any means, but I mean, Jay still he throws a lot of money, but he still throws not as much as the product actually costs. He usually ends up spending about half of what the product costs. So he's still coming out ahead. But he's spending enough to make his portion of the wheel pretty freaking big.
That's right. Look, guys, Jay said it right there. You can't win if you don't play.
I love it. All right, Joey Cuts. He's in for $50. So what is that? 10 entries. Yeah.
And those things look so cool, man.
Yeah, they
Like,
do.
they really look good.
The thing is
Cab.
it's like if you're used to seeing the stock engine appearance package, it's pretty much the same. It installs in that same location. The only difference is you have control over when it comes on. It comes with a remote, or you can use your cell phone to turn it on, off, change the colors, change the pattern. Like it will blink. There's literally like 500 different patterns to these lights, so you can
I like when
have
you
it
did the
dance.
heartbeat one.
Yeah, the heartbeat one I thought looked cool, the coolest too.
Look pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
So that's the giveaway. I just want to mention that right off the bat. I'm going to start this up here. So giveaway Feb 23. Just make sure we got everybody in here. Joey Cuts is in for 10.
That's a good question, Joe. I don't think I've actually seen one. Have you seen any of the lighted Corvette cross flags on a car yet, Justin?
No.
Yeah,
I think those have gone
one.
the same way as the electrochromic roof. It's like, hey, here it is. It's pretty cool, right? No, you can't.
Right. Look how cool is this. Can't have it.
No. It's like they dangle a carrot. They're like, here you. Oh, you almost got it. You know that dollar guy. You know.
Yeah. Oh, you almost got it.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, you ordered that. Oh, you thought you were gonna get it. No. Yeah,
exactly.
No.
Because I wasn't so much on the roof, but on those lighted badges, I thought there was a lot of potential in that. So
it's pretty cool, yeah.
But I'm not certain.
So, guys, while you're kicking around the idea of getting in on the boosted lighting solutions, which you can actually see their logo right here, they are the sponsor of tonight's video. We're also going to talk about NCM Insurance real quick. So, if you guys haven't heard yet, I'm working with NCM Insurance again. And that means we're going to talk about how good their insurance is. I never really stopped, to be honest with you, but yeah, we're together again, and it makes sense because this is kind of a Corvette channel at this point. Now, David already uses National Corvette Museum Insurance, so it's an easy mention. He's got... How many cars do you have insured on there, David?
With them, 6.
6. All right. So,
well, they're not all vets, but
I know, but it's just like that's the big thing to remember here, guys. It does not have to be a Corvette to get
right. Actually, I have more non-Corvettes insured than Corvettes.
He just like says 6, like it's a normal thing to own more than 6 cars. All right. So anyway, that's how you know car guys. We have too many cars for no good reason.
Oh yeah.
And we even know that we have too many cars for no good reason, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No. So anyway, guys, if you go
we love the battery tender roulette.
Yeah, exactly. You have one battery tender for 6 cars. It's just like,
not quite, but that would be a game.
Yeah, it would. So if you go to ncminsurance.com, you can click on Get a Quote, and they're going to walk you through this. It's actually a pretty speedy process. It's relatively easy to do. And you know what? Just like last 2 weeks ago, if you want to get 3 free entries, I want you to go on here, and under step 3, it's going to ask you where you heard about us. Just put in there HPO 26, screenshot that, send it to me in my email, and I'm going to make sure you get 3 free entries. Now, if you did this 2 weeks ago, don't do it again. I need a new group of people to do it. So if you haven't done this already, go to ncminsurance.com, click on Get a Quote. Make sure under where did you hear about us, you put HPO 26. Screenshot it, send it to me. You'll get 3 free entries for the boosted lighting solutions tonight. That is, like I said, whether you pay or you didn't pay, you can do that. So send that to me in email, 3 free entries. And even if you don't want to do that, if you want to just, jump on here, get your insurance quote, you can do that too. Just make sure you're putting HPO 26. That will make sure that obviously NCM knows I sent you. And you still will, of course, get all of the benefits of the NCM insurance, which obviously there are many, considering David has got 6 of his cars insured there.
Honestly, and it's not just the rates and everything that I've said about, but you guys don't believe me, call there and talk to them. It's a small group of people. Someone will answer the phone, not like anything else, right? You'll talk to a real person, and it's usually the same 4 or 5 folks you talk to there. It's such a small group, and you actually get to talk to people, which I don't know about you guys, but that's a rare thing nowadays. And it just drives me bonkers when I have to go through the AI bot and then can't talk to anybody. It's just crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it is. And you will talk to somebody there. So
Yep.
Guys, if you can,
Yep.
let's see. We got 130 people watching, 60 thumbs up. Let's keep rocking those thumbs up. Let's get them to 100 by 8 o'clock. That's 14 minutes from now. Smash the thumbs up. And yes, Adam Boca is one of the ones you'll talk to there. He's one of the, I think he's pretty high up there. So Adam's a really good dude. I've talked to him a bunch. The guy that I'm going to bring on here in a second, Joler, he's actually pretty familiar with Adam as well. We're all kind of in a little circle of friends, we'll say. So anyway, let's go ahead and bring Joler on. He has some exciting news to talk about with the HBO Vette Exchange. If you guys are interested in buying a new Corvette or even a used Corvette or selling your Corvette, you can email us and you'll talk directly to Joler. He'll give you the white glove treatment. But Joe, tell us what we got for today.
Hey, Justin. Hey, David. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Joe.
So yeah, we've got some exciting news for you today. We've got 5 cars up on HBO Vette Exchange. 2 are pre-owned, 3 are brand new. You'll see that what we're going to start doing is sort of collating, if you will, from the 57 cars right now that are available for sale through our partnership at Griswell. And I'm going to try and select with Justin each week ones that we think represent even beyond the best value that you can get that is already pretty awesome. But just a reminder, if you do see anything on our site or the Griswell site, reach out to us on HBO Vette, VETTE X CHANGE at gmail.com. I will personally connect you to the head of sales there. And Justin said, we do have a VIP type of agreement with them, and you absolutely will get your best deal coming through us. So this evening, as you can see up on the site, no shortage of cool colors. We've got silver, we've got green, we've got red mist, we've got blue, we've got orange. So we've got the whole spectrum of colors. We've got everything from 2LZ, 3LZ, 2LT, convertibles, coupe, C51s, all spread amongst these different cars. And then, as I mentioned, on the Griswell site itself, you've got the selection of 57 brand new, 12 pre-owned, and the brand new span 1LT, 2LT, 3LT Stingrays, as well as 1LZ, 2LZ, and 3LZ Z06s. So whatever your liking is in terms of trim as well as colors, you've got a great selection. And if none of those strike your fancy, there's no reason why we can't assist you in placing a brand new order. Though, as I think we all know, the 26s, there's not a whole lot of ordering process open until the 27s start to hit the order process.
Yep.
So that's really what I want to talk through. And then, of course, as Justin commented on, if you know anyone or you yourself have a Corvette that you're thinking of selling, we can assist you with either a potential trade with Griswell, or we can potentially list it directly and find buyers amongst the 110,000 plus different followers that are now on the channel. So with that, one last thing to just mention, anyone purchasing a vehicle through Griswell will not only receive the official Horsepower Griswell t-shirt, but will also be featured on live with a picture of your vehicle as well as you too. So just some added perks. So stay tuned for that. And I'll leave it there, guys. Have a good show. And thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Joe. Guys, check out Joe's new webcam, by the way. We are always looking to improve things here on the Horsepower Obsessed YouTube channel. And Joe goes and does this by himself. I didn't even tell him to do it. He just did it. And look at that. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and what it is pretty good looking. Thanks. I appreciate that. And David funded the whole thing. So David, thank you for that. And Justin, because you're always breaking stories and rumors, what most don't know is that Joler was not an accident. David will be taking Joler as official new middle name.
There you go.
At the end of the
David
year.
Joler.
So, David Joler.
It's actually okay. Well, Joe,
it actually works.
Thanks as usual for dropping the knowledge on us. We will see you next week.
All right. You got it, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So I did see one message pop in there for Joler, but I can kind of answer it as well. Joey Cutts wants to know if there's any update on that pending news. There's not any update on the pending news yet, but you will hear more about it probably first or second week of March, and you're going to hear it right here on this channel. So at this point, it's just a waiting game. So, but it's going to be good. You guys are going to like it. Trust me, because I know I'm excited for it, and I know David is. So if we're both excited, then that means it's something pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Yeah. So somebody said, it was Dan. I saw the message. Yeah, I gotta find it. Gotta dig through these messages here, guys. So yeah, he says, great video on taking your Z06 out to blackout, Justin. I was so envious. We got a bit of snow on February 20th. So yeah, if you guys didn't see that video, believe it or not, I had to go to blackout to film a video with the ZR1 that you will see shortly. And as soon as I opened up the garage door, I was like, what? Is that the sun? And I was like, holy crap, it's 67 degrees out here. I was like, I gotta film it. I gotta make a video. So it was like a last second decision to even do it, but I'm glad I did, because it's always so exciting to get the car out for the first time in the year, and it's like it's just pure emotion that you don't have to put on or anything. It really is that exciting. The car is fantastic to drive.
Great light. Good day. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And it's like you feel good. So it's like everything about the day. I was still sick when I filmed that video. And it didn't matter. The sun, everything made me feel better. I was like, this is amazing. I love it.
That's why you're better now.
Exactly. It probably is. And I mean, that's the sad part, is that that car in general cures all kinds of problems.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The only problem it won't help you with is if you're having financial issues, it's not going to help with that.
Well, I got up today and it was beautiful. The sun was out, and I thought, wow. I'm like, I'm gonna wash my car. I'm gonna get it ready to put the cover on, because the pollen's coming. But I'll drive it. I walked outside. It was like 37 degrees. I was, hell no, I'm going back in. Screw that. But it did not. It looked good, but it was not warm. It was one of those false. You guys get those a lot in Pennsylvania, coming in the spring when it starts and the sun comes out.
Yeah.
And it looks gorgeous. And you think it's gonna be nice out, and you walk out and you're like, no.
Right. Well, the thing is whenever I filmed that video, it was like, I'm out there filming it. It's 67 degrees. My car said as high as 67 at one point.
Wow.
And then I was like, I'm filming it. I'm like, yeah, just so you guys know, like tomorrow we're getting 1 to 3 inches of snow. Or no, I think it was 2 to 4 at that time.
Right.
And I was like, the temperature swing in PA is so insane. It's not even funny. Like, I said that and I laughed, but I'm sitting there thinking, it's not even funny. That's not funny. It's stupid. Like, it's the weirdest thing on the planet.
It's been this year. We've had a lot of swings in Georgia too, but we haven't had the snow you guys have had, but not by any means. So
yeah. Wheeler, shoot me an email after the show. I'll help you the best I can with that question. 2 months until the bash. It's coming up quick, guys. So again, if you haven't seen it, we did decide where we're staying, or I did, I guess I should say. If you want to stay at the same place, you're more than welcome to. That they had a bunch of rooms available. I believe Bill from RSC is going to stay at the same place. Probably TJ as well. Dana will be staying there. And I don't know if David will or not, but I'm sure if not, he'll be nearby. Likely. But yeah, feel free to stay at the same place. Let me see if I can pull it up again real quick here. If you guys didn't see it last time, let me see if I still have it in here. I don't, but I should be able to pull it up.
Yeah. Justin says they got 26 inches in Eastern Long Island. Good Lord. No, thank you.
All right, so yeah, here it is. This is where you want to stay. So it will be the address is 1818 Cave Mill Road, Bowling Green. It is the Town Place Suites by Marriott, Bowling Green. So if you want to stay at the same place that I'm staying at, this is where you want to stay. All of this information is also on the Discord. If you guys download the Discord app, you can join a Horsepower Obsessed group. I put a special car show item in there for the bash. So all the information for the bash will be there, including you can make live discussions about, like, that you're traveling down, we're all traveling, what time we'll be there. All that information will literally be right in Discord. Yeah, I heard actually Rally Roofers. I actually heard in North Carolina might be getting some snow. Let me know if you've gotten anything.
I mean, it's cold enough because it's cold enough here in Georgia, man. It was with the sun out in the middle of the day. Today it was 37 degrees, dude.
Yep, it's cold
I mean,
here
it's not as
too.
cold as
But
when I was up in Pittsburgh. Like when I was up there that week, it was cold, man.
it's 22 here, but no no snow. Thank God. I'm done with it.
Yes.
So
Southern
anyway,
boy, I can't handle that mess.
what else? We got Jamie entered in as well. So Jamie is in for 10 entries. Jamie, glad to see it. It's been a minute since you've won anything on the channel. I know that. So maybe we'll get you to win again, guys, the boosted lighting solutions. If you haven't seen these before, this is what you'll get if you have the convertible. It lights up the Team Corvette lettering in the front windshield. If you have a coupe, you can choose to get the rear light up, like the engine appearance package. So really, if you won last week, Mark, you could win again and just choose the front one instead. So don't let the fact that you won last week sway you from entering again if you're interested in having both of those. They're pretty cool items. I like them a lot. Boosted lighting solutions. Anthony over there seems to be a really cool dude, really knowledgeable. I talked with him a lot at Corvettes at Carlisle. He makes some cool products and he's got a ton more coming. So yeah, check them out, guys. Like I said, $10 is an entry, $50 or more, double entries. And if you send me a screenshot of you entering the NCM insurance, if you get a quote and put HPO 26 in there about where you heard about us, you're going to get 3 free entries.
Yeah, Mark's like, I got 2 C8s, one for each.
There you go. That's
there
true.
you go.
That's true. That's true, Mark. If you want another one for, I don't even know which one you installed it on, or if you have yet. But let's see.
Right, let's get these thumbs up, guys. Let's go. We are a little bit behind.
Yeah, we are. Where are we at? 3 minutes left. 81 thumbs ups, guys. Let's rock those thumbs up. Let's get another.
Just a little bit, guys. Let's go.
We got 160 people watching. 80 thumbs ups. Let's smash those. We got 2 more minutes. Let's get to 100. Let's watch. I want to see these go up in real time, guys. Smash the thumbs up. We're going to be talking about some really interesting transmission news here in a second for the C8. So before we do, let's get to 100 thumbs ups. Keep rocking them, guys.
Interesting or frustrating?
Both. That's the problem.
Exactly.
It's interesting because it is frustrating.
Exactly.
And that's kind of the problem. That honestly, that kind of seems to be like GM's thing.
Their new thing.
Yeah.
Mark said he put it on the ZR1 today and he loves it. Good job, Mark. I bet it looks amazing.
Good. So yeah, Mark, you can enter again to win one for your Z06. All right, we are 94. We need 6 more, guys. Smash that thumbs up. I like to have 100 by 8 and ideally 200 by 830. That's the way to do it.
Oh, Solar Joe. Saying it out loud.
Oof. Professor says, I'm trying. I only have 1 thumb. Wheeler says he hits the thumbs up first thing when entering. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate those of you out there who really focus on those thumbs ups. You guys are you're doing.
It really
God's
does
work.
help out, guys, and that's what I do too. And I just as soon as I log in, boop, hit it, and good to go. So
yep. Jay says we need HBO parking at the Bash. Where we parked last year, it kind of worked out where there was a HBO parking right behind the booth. So the odds are good. We're going to be in that same location again, so probably will be the same situation. So if you know where the booth is at, which we'll be sharing soon, but if you know where we were last year, we'll be in that same location. You'll be able to park. Yep. There's a giant parking lot right behind the booth. You can literally park anywhere in there.
Yep. And come see us. We love to talk to you guys, man.
Absolutely.
I love seeing you guys.
Yep. If I'm standing there and I'm not talking to somebody, even if I am, come up and interrupt. Like, I tell people that at Carlisle every year because I'll inevitably get an email saying, "Oh, I wanted to meet you, but you looked like you were really busy." I don't care if it looks like I'm busy or not. Come up, interrupt. That's what I'm there for. I'm there to talk to you guys. So don't worry about interrupting. Don't worry about how that looks. Come up and interrupt all day long.
And you guys see Justin all the time, but we don't get to see you guys. So when we get to see you in real life and put your names to your usernames, it is very, very helpful. So please come up and introduce yourself.
Absolutely.
ZR1 Mark's in.
Yep. So ZR1 Mark is now he's in for 10 entries. Thanks, Mark. I'll get you added on there. Mark is in for 10. So yeah, all right, guys, we're moving along with the giveaway here. Like I said, this will be given away tonight. So if you want to get this, don't hesitate. Don't wait. Looks like we got Michael McCurry in for 10 entries as well.
What's up, Michael? Renting an E-Ray, Ricky.
He says, "I'll be in a rental car, so I'll park far away."
I know, but I was like, just rent an E-Ray. You got every excuse to beat the hell out of it.
All right, Mark's in for another 10.
Oh, Mark. He wants to.
I was going to say Mark's looking
They
to win.
must look really good, guys.
He's looking to win the second one. Maybe Mark's the new
They must look really good.
the new Jay.
I tell you, they put him on today. He said they must look really good because he wants the second set bad.
Man, the way that kit is set up, Anthony from Boosted Light, he did exactly what I said GM should have done, which is give us the ability to turn it on whenever we want and give us custom colors. It's already an LED. Why wouldn't you set it up so I can change the colors of it?
Well, can't you change all the colors in your wife's lyric on the inside and everything?
Yeah. And that's the thing.
So why on the
GM
bed?
gives all these cool options to all the other cars and then says, the Corvette doesn't need that. And it's
we'll make it fast, but you can't have anything.
Yeah, right. Also constraints, like,
and it's on constraint.
And even if it did exist, it'd be on constraint. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Interior lighting, constraint.
Yeah. Jay says, don't be tempting me. I know, Jay. You got a lot of stuff going on with the house and stuff, but yeah. And again, you can't win if you don't play. So again, guys, Venmo, Super Chat right here, however you want to pay. Venmo typically allows me to keep a little bit more of the money. Super Chat on YouTube end takes a good bit of the, the profits, but I, whichever one's easier for you it works for me. Yep. 24 Riptide says, I bought both boosted lights, one for the front and one for the back, but with separate remotes to control the color display separately. Now, you can do that, or you can have it set so it can, one remote controls both, which is also pretty interesting. So that way you're not fumbling around with a bunch of remotes, or if you want it to be separate, you can have it your way. It's like Burger King. Yeah, vet guys are looking at the road, not the lights. True, but everybody behind me is looking at the lights, if you know what I mean. And it
is cool though. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, when you're sitting at you're sitting there, you look around at your ambient lighting inside. It is cool.
Well, I'm not even talking about ambient lighting. I'm talking about the engine bay lighting.
Oh yeah, but any of that stuff
on the coupe, especially if you're out driving on a nice crisp summer night, the Corvette sits so low that like if an SUV or a truck pulls up behind you, they can see those lights and like it's lighting up your engine bay. It looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, and actually, if you have a painted manifold like you do, that would be something that would look even better.
Exactly, because those lights are going to shine right off that painted intake. It's going to look great. All right, guys, we got 115 thumbs up.
I'm serious, Ricky.
115 thumbs up, 160 people watching. Let's keep smashing those. Again, get in on the giveaway that's going on right now. Boosted Auto Solution or Lighting Solutions. Boosted Lighting Solutions is giving away their custom lighting setup for either the engine bay or the front windshield if you have a convertible. Typically, it's around a $500 option. You can win it here tonight. $10 is an entry. $50 or more is double entries. NBA Live says, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a teaser for a Grand Sport. The news I have on that front is we are going to 100% see the Grand Sport before the Bash. Chevy will be giving us an official reveal trailer kind of thing before the Bash. You will most likely see the car at the Bash as well, but you will see the official trailer, the release of it before the Bash.
It'll look just like those spy pics we saw on the side of the road.
I was going to say, we've already seen it anyway at this point. So.
Exactly.
General Lee says, what's up, David and Justin? We got snow last night. I just sat in my car and pretended to be driving. Dude, General, I have done that way more times than I care to admit. I could totally see you doing it too. Like you're sitting there, like turning the wheel, like hitting the pedals, and you're making the noise with your mouth. You're like, I'd do the same thing, man. I really would.
Do you get in the C7 and do the gears too?
Dude, I'll send you a video. I actually made a video of myself doing it because I was trying to find a new POV driving camera, and I was in the car and I had one hand on the shifter and I was literally making the engine noises. It's pathetic, but you're
That
not a
needs to
car
go on
guy.
members only, bro. You need to put
Yeah,
that out
that's
members
true.
only.
I should put that on members only.
That would be a great members only video. That'd be freaking hilarious.
I'm
dude.
gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. It's pathetic. It makes me look like an absolute wiener, but I'm okay with it because
Hey,
honestly,
that's the best way to do it, man.
I don't think you're a car guy unless you've done something like that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, and that's the thing. Like some of the stuff we do that we don't mean to do, and we're filming ourselves because we always film ourselves. Like when I forgot to turn the solar lock off and tried to pull out of my garage with my car and was really confused for a second. Those are the moments and the silly shit we do that ends up being the stuff that, like, when you look back at it, you laugh the best because it's just so lighthearted, and it's genuine, it's real. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely.
it always works. But yeah,
All
that
right.
should be members only. That'll be great.
I'm gonna do that. Rick Conti's in the house. Thanks for tuning in, Rick. He says, yes, I was told last summer we would have an announcement in first quarter on the Grand Sport. So, like I said, it's definitely going to be before the bash. Rick's here to basically confirm it. So thanks for dropping that on us, Rick. Professor Corvette says, are we doing an HPO lunch at Stingray Grill any days of the bash? You know what? Let's do an HPO lunch on the same day we do the takeover, which would be Friday. So if you guys haven't seen the takeover shirts yet, they're on the website. The HPO takeover for the bash 2026. If you go to horsepowerobsessed.com and under the merch section, you're going to see this. This is the t-shirt. It is pre-order right now. Once all the orders are in, I'm going to submit them over to Joe. He's going to make all the shirts, and then we're going to be good to go. So that is what the shirt will look like. Friday is going to be the day I want you all to wear them, and Friday will also be the day that we're going to do the lunch at the Stingray Grill. Let's do that. That sounds like a really good idea. The Stingray Grill will hate us because there's going to be a lot of people in there, but that's okay. That's what this whole thing's about.
Oh no, they won't. They'll be seeing dollar signs, bro.
Right, that's true too. Yeah, but yeah, guys, let's do it on Friday at the bash. I think that's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
Yep. Thanks, Professor Corvette.
You know what I was thinking of too when we start doing more of stuff independent of like the bash and Carl and stuff, because that, like we've been talking about, is doing like a big barbecue. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like just firing up the pit and just everybody comes. We did.
Bill from RSC had an idea. He wanted to possibly get an Airbnb down there at the bash, so we could do stuff like that. After the bash, we would come back to a big Airbnb and literally just hang around a campfire kind of thing. Yeah. There's no good Airbnbs around there. So
I know, but I'm just not like, if like in the future, if we're planning other events too, because it's rough. I mean, it's either hotel or farmland in Bowling Green. So that's pretty much what it is. So
yeah, we absolutely should do stuff like that where we literally just get together and hang out. That's what these live videos are. It's basically a way to hang out and talk cars. So yeah, why not do it in person? Yeah.
You know what we should do, and I'll text him just to freak him out. We should all just show up at Engine Builder Shane's house. He lives like 2 miles down the road, like 30 people, and be, hey, we're here for the barbecue.
That would be funny. Rally Roofer says, hey, are you guys excited about the Grand Sport? I'm not. I'm not really either, to be honest with you. It's not, the car doesn't make, to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But for those who really want it, it's fine. I think options are good to have when it comes to cars like this. So if there's people out there that demand the Grand Sport, I'm glad you're going to get it. But it's not a car that has a lot of excitement value to me. I'll cover it just like I do every other release of any other C8 or Corvette in general. But I'm not super excited about it. It's not a car that will make it onto my radar.
It'll immediately go in constraint.
Oh, 100%.
Immediately.
The color,
something.
the Admiral Blue will be on constraint almost right off the bat. Any of the new colors always are.
Or something stupid like the fender stripes or something.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be dumb. It always is.
Something dumb.
Joe says, how about a list of HPO dinner restaurant takeover? We actually, typically Shane does that every year. So Shane will set up kind of the restaurants. Usually around there's a real good Mexican place we've been to a couple times, and that Mellow Mushroom pizza place, I think it's called. So one of those two we'll probably do one night. And then Shane usually figures out the rest. Darren says he's watching from Louisville, Kentucky. Nice. Let the museum know we're going to see it in 2 months.
There you go.
Charles said we have all done that already. Or we've all done that, Justin, with the whole driving and pretending like you're...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'm a little bit behind on the comments here, but... Let's see. Okay, moving on to. Oh yeah. Okay,
Well,
cool. Clang and Bang
I went to
says
back mine
okay.
up the other day. Oh, go ahead, man. Keep going.
Clang and Bang is keeping us on schedule here. He says, "What's going on with GM no longer covering the first change?" That is true. So from
Yep.
here forward, guys, if you buy a Corvette, it looks like GM is no longer covering the first dual clutch transmission filter change. So the customer acknowledgement form that is now to be signed on 26 or newer Corvettes. So this is kind of like a here forward kind of thing. You get one free oil change within the first 2 years of ownership. And that includes, of course, the oil filter and the oil, tire rotation, and multi-point vehicle inspection. That's it. That's it. You're not getting the filter changed anymore. Now, it does note here at the bottom, you still need to change it at 7,500
We're not
miles.
paying for it, but you still need to change it.
Yeah, exactly. This is on you now,
Exactly.
but make sure you're still doing it, or else, and at the very end, it could void your warranty. It's still very clearly written there, void warranty. Can I zoom in on this? No. Maybe
Hey,
here.
Sam.
It could still void your warranty, guys. So GM is not going to be paying for it, but you better be ready to pay for it yourself. Now, this service I have noted at the dealerships, the dealership that I go to, which is one where there's an actual Corvette vet tech that works there.
Right.
And it's roughly around $700 to $800. It's not cheap. The
Yeah, it's
filter
not
from
cheap.
them is $250. The labor is pretty much the rest. So there's not really a lot involved in it, but it is kind of time consuming because of that metal pane at the bottom that has to come off with all the screws and everything.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. And so be prepared to spend about at least $700 on this thing, unless you provide the filter, which I've done in the past, and then it's usually about $500. So,
Yep.
and yeah, Riptide Wreck,
You know,
obviously you're not getting a tire rotation. They just put that in there as like, oh yeah, hey, we'll give you that for free. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
right? Oh yeah, you can't use it. Oh, that sucks, but it would be free.
Exactly. Well, and I saw that initially, like when that first popped up, and I was like, just because I've been, got a new lift, got some other stuff I've been trying to do, and like I just and I went, wait a minute, I haven't done mine yet. If they screw me out of this and I have to pay for it, I'm gonna be pissed. And I was like, oh, okay, it's only the 26 forwards, because I thought for sure they were gonna change it again. Where now, oh, not paying for it, no matter what year you bought it, because that's some stuff they would do, man.
Oh well,
They're
actually,
killing
yeah.
us with this stuff.
Corvette Rick Conti saying that the form's not right.
Ah.
Well, that would be nice if that is the case, but I have not seen anything that says that. Let me see if there's any update to this.
V8 behind free blinker fluid change. Excellent.
It shows the canister filter. Yeah, okay. Well, this guy just bought a 26E rating. He says it shows the canister filter is good until 2029. So maybe that is the case. My understanding. All right, well, stay tuned then. Oh yeah, here's a different acknowledgement form that shows that it is covered. That's weird. Look at this.
So we have two forms floating.
It's literally the exact same form, only it says that it is covered. What the heck is going on?
Lord.
Leave it to GM to make something so freaking convoluted. It's the exact same form. You can clearly see it says where covered transmission canister filter change within the first 3 years. Wow. All right, well, thanks for bringing that up, Rick. If you're still in here, I appreciate that. Kind of like on the moment kind of thing. Yeah, the internal show it. Well, this one I just found on the mid-engine Corvette forum is the same form, only it actually shows it. So maybe we were a little too early to this. I don't know why there would be why there'd be two forms out there that literally look identical, only one of them doesn't show the transmission filter change as being included.
Yeah, but I will say this much. Like Riptide got it right. 24 Riptide, he said that even if they're giving away for free, change it more frequently.
Oh
guys.
yeah,
like don't
100%.
mess around with these. Like
I've
take advantage of what GM will give you for free because it's not much.
I've made countless videos about this. I probably at least 4 that I can remember. I changed my filter initially at 2,000 miles. Really, it should have been probably more like 1,000. I changed it again at 6,000. Then I have GM change it at 7,500. Pretty much every oil change, any oil change, I do all my oil changes myself. If I'm doing the oil change, I change the trans filter too, because you're already under there. It's not that much extra work to get to it. You don't have to take off that pan on the bottom or anything. Well, actually, you do for that, unless you have a custom cut door like
the
some people have done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really good, interesting information here today, guys, because we got 2 different forms that look identical. One says the canister filter is covered. You can clearly see there, 1 covered transmission filter change. And then that same form on the main page showing that it is not covered.
Yep. And Rick says that the newer 3 years are up to 85,000 miles for first, or 8,500 miles for first service. They still want you to try and do it at 7,500 to give you a little cushion. Yeah. They won't budge on that either, because mine's not quite 7,500 yet. And I was in there not long ago. They will not budge on it.
That was something relatively new, because my black car, when I took it to the dealership, I was able to get them to give me their first transmission filter change at 2,000 miles. They did it for me. No questions asked. Now with
now they won't.
Yeah, I know. With the gray car, I took it back down there maybe a couple months ago, and they said no, we can't cover it until 7,500. GM literally won't let us do it. So I gave them the filter, and I had to pay for the service because I still wanted it done.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, I even asked, and they're like, nope. They're like, you're not at 7,500 yet, and you don't hit 3 years till October. So.
Joe says, will your warranty be affected if a filter access door is installed under the car? I highly doubt it. All you're doing is cutting into some metal. It's not
just a panel.
Yeah, it's just a panel. Yeah. So I really highly doubt it. ZR1 Mark really says, Justin, when you told me to change it, every oil change, I can tell it drives better. 100%. Every single time I change that filter, the next drive feels like the car's brand new again.
Yeah. So, and even like changing the filter, but even like what I did first, I did a flush before I even did mine, because people were reporting that it was getting clogged up and whatever else. Even just that made a difference. But yeah, every time you change the filter, guys, it really makes a huge difference in the way the car shifts. Huge difference.
Yep. Rick Conti says no, it will not affect your warranty. So he's going on record to say 100% no. That's good. I can't imagine it would. I mean, it would be like the same as cutting a hole in your fender. You're gonna look kind of dumb, but it's probably not gonna affect your warranty,
Right.
So yeah, I guess that's the news for the filter. So we got 200 people in here watching, guys. Smash the thumbs up. We got 130 thumbs ups. Be awesome to hit 200. We got 200 people. If all 200 hit thumbs up, we'd have 200 thumbs ups. Let's do it. Rock those thumbs ups, guys. And do we have no additional entries? So right now we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people entered to win the Boosted Lighting Solutions custom LED for the windshield or for the appearance package in the rear of the car. So that's not very many, guys. Get in on this. Your chances of winning are pretty good. So if you guys want to win, make sure you're getting entered, because it is being given away tonight. So within the next
and it is really
20
cool.
minutes or so.
Like you said, it's how GM should have done.
Oh, 100% should have been done. Yeah.
Yep.
Now my car.
Well, I don't know. Go ahead.
My Seawolf Gray Z06 did not come with the engine appearance package, whereas my black Z06 did.
Right, I remember that.
So even if yours doesn't come with it, it doesn't matter. The kit from Boosted comes with the pop in, like the speed nuts and everything. You pop in the nuts, you put in the screw. It comes with literally every single thing you need for installation.
Right.
Charles is in
Joe,
for another 10. Go ahead.
I think the issue though is not the DCT itself or when it was developed, because the Ford and GM were developed at the same time, and I mean there's some differences, but Ford doesn't have the schedule that GM has, and they don't have near the issues with holding power and those type of things. I mean, there's GT500s out there making 1,000 wheel, 1,100 wheel, and no problems whatsoever with the DCT clutches.
Cameron, there's a question here. Cameron says, how often do you need to top off the DCT if you change the filter at every oil change? So My black Z06 I had. I sold it with 12, I think it was about 12,000 miles on it. I had changed the transmission filter 4 times. The last time I changed it, I actually had the dealership do it. And I had him pull the plug as well to see where the fluid level was. So after 4 transmission filter changes, he pulled that plug and fluid was still coming out, meaning it was still slightly above full, meaning I didn't have to add any fluid. So your mileage may vary, of course, but I did 4 transmission filter changes and did not have to add an ounce of fluid. So,
well, and the other thing, like the reason that I went into the dealership, and I mean, I guess I'll put some of this out now. You guys are going to hear it very shortly anyway. But so my Datsun clutches are coming in. So I'm going to drop it, take the clutches, put the Datsun clutches in it and a clutch pressure controller. But I wanted to take advantage of the free one because I'm going to have to change everything when I take the transmission out anyway. But they said it'd probably be better anyway if I run it for a couple of months with the new clutches, new fluid, and then bring it in, and then they do the change. I'll probably get more bang for my buck out of the actual change and that goes. So, but yeah, even with that, they wouldn't do it. So,
yeah. It's not really that hard to add fluid to it if you have to. You can easily get one of those pumps. You could pump the fluid in if you had to. Because on the Z06, all you got to do is just pump it in until you see the fluid coming out of the port, and then you cap it off. You don't have to overfill the Z06 the way you did the earlier Stingrays. Robert Braun, Justin, is GM requiring... yeah, so Robert, we're getting 2 conflicting reports here. One report said the GM was no longer covering the filter change, and then another report of the same document showing that they are covering it. So it sounds like it may still be covered. It probably is based on what I'm seeing here. So not anything to worry about, apparently. But for some reason, there's 2 different documents floating around out there from GM giving 2 very different ideas of what's happening here.
well, and Manfred just asked the question: does transmission fluid have a shelf life? So there's
It does.
2 different. Like, are you talking about shelf life on the shelf? Yes, but in your vehicle, every oil, transmission, which is what transmission fluid, but all your fluids have a shelf life. All of them.
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna need to change them.
In the container sealed on the shelf, there'll be a date on the bottle. You want to use it before that date. In your car, it's 3 years. So if you have the transmission, if you have a brand new C8 you bought in 2023 and you didn't put 1 mile on it, you need to change that transmission filter or fluid right now because your 3 years is up.
Yep. And it's honestly, it's the same thing, like everything, like you have to change it. And even if you don't drive, that goes with all your fluids, guys. Do not just change your like if your car has been sitting there for 3 years and you haven't changed the oil as well.
Yeah.
Shame on you for letting it sit there. Shame on you, but like if anybody does it, like all your fluids, transmission fluid, oil, like coolant, everything, they all have a shelf life in your car. Just because you don't drive it does not mean it's good to go. Okay, please take. And plus, you can start them, that's fine, but you really need to get them out and get them under pressure, get them driving, get them under load so you can get all the surfaces warmed up, clean, and then the valve seals oiled, because if you don't, they'll dry out and crack out. So please take care of your cars, love your cars, drive your cars.
Yep. That's very, very good advice right there, guys. Believe it or not, the more you drive it, the better it will run. If you let it sit, exactly a lot of people let their cars sit thinking, lower mileage is going to bring better resale in the future, but really, especially if you end up keeping it a long period of time, you're doing more damage than anything. So yeah, driving the cars, keeping up to date with your fluids, that's a great piece of advice.
And most people don't realize the biggest one that a lot of people run into are the valve seals. Like those are not like there's actual like rubber, surfaces in there that need to be lubricated. If you don't, they'll dry and crack out.
Yep.
So starting it, yes, does help, guys. Do not get me wrong, but you get more bang for your buck as far as keeping your engine healthy by actually getting it out and driving it.
So General Lee asks, what is the price to change the fluid? General, the fluid on the DCT is pretty expensive. It's somewhere around $40 a quart, and typically you need about 11 to 12 quarts after drain and refill. I've seen the prices range from around $1,000 to $1,500 if you have someone do it for you. So yeah, that's pretty much what Joe just said too from Solar. He says general have heard $1,250 to $1,700. I've heard around 1,000 to 1,500. It really depends on your location and the prices around you, but that's a good rule of thumb, 1,000 to 1,500 bucks. Now, if you can buy the fluid and do it yourself. I don't know how do it yourself ready you are, but if you get the car up in the air, you can. All it is a drain and fill procedure. There is no flush, so you just crack one bolt, let it drain until it's all drained. Put that bolt back in, go in through the fill port, fill it until it comes out, and you're good to go.
And you're good. Yeah, that's the thing, Ricky. I don't, buying super low mile cars unless you know that car's been maintained by who it has been. And I think Matt Nelson just asked the question. These C7 ZR1s that are 245 miles on them, I guarantee you, they have not, because there's no way. And since 2019 to now, 250 miles is enough. I mean, maybe if you drove it 250 times for a mile and let it get up to temp before you drove it, but I don't see somebody doing that.
Yeah,
I really don't.
AARPM asks Rick Conti if it was too late to submit a question for Tech Tuesday. I'm curious what your question is, though, Aaron. When it comes to C7s, I'm pretty knowledgeable because obviously I own one. What is the question? I'm just curious if I could take a stab at it.
Yeah, and that you're right on the wheel bearings too. I mean, it's all the parts of your car you need to drive your cars, guys. I mean, you bought it to enjoy it, right?
Yeah, go enjoy it.
You don't have to go out and drive 7,000 miles back and forth or whatever. Go out and do like Justin did the other day. Wow, it's really nice out. I'm gonna drive my car
and see, that's the
enjoy
thing,
it,
is like,
guys, because that's what you bought it for.
90% of owning that car is the excitement of driving it. Yeah, I'll give you 10% is the excitement of just seeing it in your garage. I get that, but you're doing yourself a disservice. I said that in my video. You are doing yourself a disservice if you are not driving these cars.
Yep. Well, and it's funny because it depends on what time of year and what day and what's going on, how much the enjoyment of seeing it sit there versus driving it. Because there's many a time where, can't sleep, been working a lot, whatever. It's middle of the night, it's cold, get out. I said, I'll walk into the garage and just smile.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
This is good.
It brings a smile to my face every time I see it in the garage, but it brings a bigger smile when you can drive the freaking thing.
Oh, yeah, there's no comparison.
Living in PA.
I was going to tell you earlier, and you come in, I actually had to just, move it 2 feet. That was it today.
Yeah.
And just starting it to move it those 2 feet, I just smiled right away. I was like, yeah.
Robert Brunn says, Justin, cars are like people. If they sit too long, they fall apart. Legit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Corvette Dan says, this GM flop is one of the many reasons why I'm leaning towards another C7 instead of a C8 when I buy another Corvette. I'll be honest. I'm a C7 guy. I don't think you can go wrong either way. I will tell you that it seems like people make a much bigger deal out of the maintenance on this car than it has to be. And even after I clarify it, people are like, oh, I don't want to do all that. And it's like, there's two things. That's it. 2 things for the transmission on this car. Change the transmission filter at 7,500 miles. Yeah. I like to do it more often, but do it at least 7,500 miles. And change the fluid every 3 years.
Again. And honestly, guys, come on, this is not a $50,000 Ferrari.
Right. Yeah, this is
guys, you bought a C06, you bought a C8, you bought the car, maintain it, keep it, because you're going to want to keep it and drive it. You don't ever want a warranty issue, and you don't ever want to have problems with it just because you were like, oh, I have to change the oil. I can tell you, and honestly, I'm really surprised, again, these cars, the LT6, right? And, now we'll see on the ZR1, but I'm used to old muscle cars too, guys, that no matter what you do, the rear main seal is going to leak. It burns oil, this, that, it's everything. It's constant maintenance. It's constant doing this. It's constant changing that. Whereas, dude, you don't have to do anything to these cars other than change your oil, do your DCT when they recommend it to you, and then every 3 years change your fluids.
Yep.
And you can go beat the crap out of these cars and do it. It's freaking awesome, man.
All right, guys, we got 216 people in here watching, 147 thumbs up. Let's smash the thumbs up. We're talking about the DCT and the transmission maintenance procedures, filter changes, fluid changes. Really, it's not hard. And like David said, if you boil this down to brass tacks, the C8 in general is really, an affordable supercar. So let's be honest.
It's really not high maintenance. It's really not.
Right. And let's be honest, when it comes to the maintenance that is required on this affordable supercar, even the maintenance is pretty affordable. But for some reason, I've seen a lot of people making a big deal out of the transmission maintenance when there's 2 things you have to do. On top of your normal oil changes and stuff like David's been saying, the 2 things for the transmission is change the transmission filter at 7,500 miles. Again, I recommend more often, but at least 7,500 miles. And then
Yep.
the fluid at 3 years or 45,000 miles. That's it.
Yep.
That's
And
not
drive 'em.
difficult.
And drive them. That's really it, guys. It's funny, Lewis. Did you see Lewis's comment, Justin? We were kind of talking about this when I was up there. He said when he was driving a Z06 today, he was thinking, is it possible he would have $100,000 more fun in a ZR1?
Lewis,
That conversation.
I was going to say, me and David were literally talking because that's the thing is, to the dollar, a ZR1 for me would be exactly $100,000 more than I paid for my Z06 sitting in my garage. Is it worth that much more money for essentially the same car with 400 more horsepower? I'm going to tell you guys, just like I've told everybody, if you're not a YouTuber like I am, the answer to that question is no. The answer to that question is the Z06 is more car than anybody needs. So save your money. But if you count on YouTube for a living like I do, you kind of have to have the latest and greatest. I'll tell you that right now. I know my opinion does not change on this because I've driven a couple of ZR1s. It's not worth the extra money. It's not.
Well, and when you think about it, when we had this conversation, and there's another comment we'll get to here in a second, but when you think about it from a standpoint of now that the tuning is definitely going to be unlocked, now that gap narrows to a point of you're almost at the limit of what you really probably can safely and reliably enjoy on the street at the top end of what you can build a Z06 to. And again, I take it to the drag strip and I run low nines. Okay, that's great. But how often a year am I going to do that? 10, 15 times for 9 seconds at a time versus just getting in it and running around. Am I going to have any more fun than that than I would? I mean, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
It's a lot of money. Now, if we were talking about 15 grand difference, absolutely, it's worth every penny.
Oh yeah.
For $100,000 more for excitement, speed especially, that you'll use 3% of the time.
Well,
let's say even 10% of the time.
All you want is the speed. Honestly, if all you want is the speed, guys, no comparison. Get the ZR1. It's the fastest thing. It's ridiculous. If that's all you care about is I have to have the fastest car I can get, that will not disappoint you anytime you drive it. Okay, it just won't. Now, yeah, you're only going to go 0 to, let's be real, 90 or 100 before you're going to jail. But at that point, you can get there real fast.
Yep.
So. Oh, Aaron's asking, I think, on your C7 question, Justin.
I didn't see it. Where's it at?
He said it's right. It's like one of the last couple ones. C7 auto trans. Shifts a bit strangely, hard shifts random. You see that one?
Yep.
There you go.
Had triple flush done in 23. Okay, so Aaron, on that note, I don't know the exact dates, but the C7 automatic transmission had the triple flush thing. Then it was shortly after that they brought out a different fluid for it. So the stock fluid was hydroscopic, and that was the same fluid they were using to do the triple flush. Then they came out with another fluid that was actually hydrophobic. That's the fluid you want. The newer fluid is what you need in that transmission. So I don't know exactly what year that came out. I can't remember, but I would talk to the dealership and see if they know of the distinction between those two, because the new hydrophobic fluid is what you need.
That is exactly right, Ricky. He said Wheeler made a short saying he can't even use the ZR1 without going to jail or getting kicked out of the drag strips. Truth. And I'll tell you, the first time I drove Stevens, he was like, yeah. We were going to go to lunch. He's like, yeah, here, say excuse me. Literally, he's like, stop and do a quick launch. Okay, launch, go. Enjoying it. Oh, this is so fast. I look down and I'm going way past go to jail speeds. And it was just that fast. It was like a low 4 or mid 4 second, 60 to 130, just goofing off. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're going to go to jail. Like you said, Wheeler is right. I mean, if that's all you want is to have the baddest one out there and you want to have the fastest Corvette you can buy than the next right now, sure, buy it. But where are you going to, and Wheeler's right. Like Steven's gotten kicked out of every track he's been to so far. We have to rent them private now.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be honest here. This is not, these are not like problems by any means. These are literally accolades for the ZR1. You'll literally get kicked out of drag strips because how fast this freaking car is. So it's like that's an accolade, but at the same time, it is somewhat of a problem. So keep, as long as you're prepared for it.
It is a badge of honor, Professor Corvette, and we've all like I've gotten kicked out with my Challenger before. But the problem though is when you want to go have fun now you have to spend buku bucks to
Yep.
rent it, and you can't just spend $20 to get a tech card to go to a test and tune and have some fun at night, right? You just can't now because they know you there, and it won't be long before you watch people are gonna start eyeballing these things and not just rolling up to the thing and see what you run. They're gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa. They're not even gonna tech you in
Right.
to a test and tune night because they know what these cars are going to be capable of. You watch.
See,
I'm
like
calling it right
Professor
now.
Corvette says, getting kicked out of a drag strip is a badge of honor. To some degree, it is. But like David's
Yeah.
saying, as long as you realize what you're getting into, yeah, wear it
Right.
like a badge of honor because it is. But at the same time, you're not going to get to go on the drag strip. Like
Well,
just like
and the
you
other
said,
thing is
eventually they're going to know, hey, these
Exactly.
ZR1s are not good here. We need to get them out, and they're going to start
Well,
kicking you out.
And also, Professor, who sees your badge, bro? Right?
True. It's a self.
I mean, like, yeah, it is like, oh, I got kicked out of the track, but like now you can't go back unless you rent it and spend a mega dollars. So
It's true. But like I said, this is not by any means supposed to talk somebody out of a ZR1 because the ZR1 is an amazing car.
oh no, like I said, if that's
But
what, yeah.
Here, the
And
thing,
I-
the one discussion David and I had a lot here when he was here was if they
I was just
are,
gonna go to this.
if the car is in fact going to be unlocked soon, which David and I both have it on good authority, the unlock for like HP tuners is coming very soon. When
Very
that car gets unlocked and we can tune it, there is a really good chance you're looking at a Z06 naturally aspirated with a couple bolt-ons and maybe some E85 putting well
Oh,
over
definitely.
700 to the wheels. Possibly,
yeah.
you know, with nitrous and stuff, maybe 800 plus. And then all of a sudden the gap starts to narrow because the Z06 also weighs less than the ZR1, and significantly so. I mean, I think it's like 200-ish pounds less. So
Well,
you got a lighter weight car
mine's
with
a good bit
around
lighter.
the same amount of horsepower.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, so, and again, you guys will see all these mods that are coming out. I mean, my personal goal by the time we hit Carlisle with my C8 is 800 wheel horsepower. Okay. And that's before we can even unlock it and tune it. All right. And think about that for a second with even then when you can tune it as well. But if you can do 800 wheel and you're lighter, and I really, the only knock I have on the ZR1 guys, and I've been around it a lot, is the turbos muffle that the flat plane crank sound way too much for me. Like I love the way the NA Z06 sounds, but if that's what you want, guys, and you want to say, hey, I've got a ZR1, I got 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 torque, go for it, man. Like it is cool to say you got 1,000 horsepower car. I've got one, and I built several, but again, I just don't at this point with tuning coming. That was the game changer for me, and confirmed by really 100% confirmation. People inside,
Yep.
it will be coming.
So I've gotten a lot of questions about the this Yanko E-Ray. We talked about this last week, I believe. So
Right.
and Steven's in here. He's one of the best ones to kind of
Yes.
bounce ideas off of with this because he has one of the craziest E-Rays out there. The Yanko E-Ray, you guys have probably heard of it at this point. It's over 1,500 horsepower. And of course, it's, you know, attuned, I think supercharged, if I remember right, E-Ray, all of the good things, 1,500 horsepower. But the problem is, Steven has had an E-Ray like this, and you can't tune the transmission. And that's kind of where some issues pop up. And without being able to tune the transmission at 1,500 horsepower.
Yeah, and that will and from someone who he owns a ZR1 and he owns a probably the second bad. I mean, Boost District's E-Ray is another story, but his E-Ray makes 1,200 wheel or something like that. It goes low like 9.3, something like that. And when he told me to drive it, he literally was like, they have to pull the power out of the shifts because the TCM tuning's out there, whatever. And it's the car's amazing. It sounds insane. It is fast. It is a lot of fun, but you feel that when it pulls the power at the shifts, and when you're driving it, you feel like you're driving a built car. That's exactly the way he explains it. And he loves it for what it is. If any of you guys have ever built a car and had a built car, like, it is cool to have a built car and to have those little quirks and things about it. But my concern with the Yanko would be if GM didn't give him the keys to the kingdom to get into the TCM and straighten some of these issues out with the power at the shift points or the TCM being able to handle it. Because even, like, let's say you do the Dodson clutches. Steven has the Dodson clutches. Let's say you have a clutch pressure control. He has that too. It's not the holding power, the clamping power. It's just at the shifts, it won't shift. It'll just bang off the rev limiter. So they have to pull the power out. So unless GM gave the Yanko folks, and they've had a relationship for years, I get it, 50, 60 years, but unless they gave them the keys to the kingdom for the TCM, I just don't think it's going to be anything close to a ZR1 or ZR1X. It's going to be it'll be a fun car, but you better take it as it's going to be a tuner car. It's not going to be a factory offering. There is no mistaking a built E-Ray like Stevens or this Yanko for a factory ZR1.
Right.
No way. Not
And
even close.
On
They're
top of
night and
that,
day.
the Yanko E-Ray is $250,000. You could buy the ZR1X for that price.
And what I was just saying, Steven literally
let's-
just commented, the only way the Yanko would be worth it if they give you access to the trans.
Yeah.
From a guy who has the,
Yep.
so.
Yep. And I mean, that's
And
a
it is a blast.
significant,
The E-Ray's fun.
that's a significant bump
it's a
in
built
power
car.
too. So we're not talking like his point up here about, he said, don't kid yourself. You won't build a Z06 that drives close to a ZR1 with no trans tuning.
No.
No, I think you would, depending on power levels. I'm not talking about adding 1,000 horsepower to the Z06. I'm talking literally about 100. If you're putting 700 to the wheels, that you're talking about a much different build than a 1,500 horsepower to the wheels.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yanko
and
without
actually,
trans tuning.
Yes. Well, and actually, Steven and I have talked about it too. So, you're not even going to come close to the experience you get with the ZR1, even with the built Z06 for certain things. The power, not even close. Just getting it, driving it drives like a factory car. It's smooth as hell, and then it's just a rocket ship. And it really is one of the fastest things you could possibly drive. It's mind-boggling how fast these cars are. But you know that 800 or so, like when you start to get to that limit of the TCM there, you're still going to run into some of these issues, and that's my goal, is to push it right up to that on my Z06 Corvette. But it isn't. It is not the same experience.
Right.
I would never claim it would be, but some people do say, hey, now that the tuning's unlocked, is it worth that extra money? Now, again, like it's still mind blowing to me how fast the ZR1 is when you actually, and not just on the street, get on a track and just like hammer it. Like, it is stupid fast. But the most important and most amazing thing about that is that you can hand the keys to your grandmother and she can go get groceries, and like you wouldn't even know it has 1,000 horsepower. It's pretty insane. It really is.
Yeah. If you don't get into the gas pedal, it drives.
Yeah, it's crazy,
normally.
dude.
Yeah.
Yep. It's crazy.
My only concern, like I said, is the difference in cost, and that's at MSRP levels,
concern, right? Yeah, actually, and that's a legitimate concern, especially again, let's take it like from a a median standpoint, right? I can get a Z06 at discount now.
Yeah.
If I'm that guy, I can do some light mods to it. I could probably get to that with tuning and some other stuff. Even if you want to do nitrous, whatever, you could get to. If you bought your car at 20K or 25K under, you could get to that power level once tuning's unlocked.
Yeah.
At the same price you would get now. Let's go back to the ZR1 argument. You got a warranty with a 1,000 horsepower car that's like, okay. So again, there's trade-offs for it, but like you said, the money is the biggest thing.
Yeah, if you factor everything in at MSRP, my car was roughly 150 out the door. The ZR1 would be roughly 250 out the door at my spec.
Right.
It's 100,000.
I think my spec was like 246 or something.
That's literally $100,000 more for roughly 400 more horsepower. If we get tuning available and you throw, number one, just the mods we have on there now with tuning is going to bump you pretty good. But with E85, you're looking at pretty close to 700 wheel, plus roughly 200 or 300 pounds less in the car. You're talking about a much better comparison to a ZR1 at that point, and you're saving a lot of money.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm saying. Most people are not going to be ZR1 money, right? So this does start to kind of make sense. The other thing that that kind of, and I've been talking to some of the folks that I'm going to be doing the build with, and some other things. Fueling is kind of a thing, like, because you're going to burn more E85. Like,
you'll need probably an additional fuel pump at least.
Yeah, so either that or like if you're going to spray it like a standalone where you're going to spray. So fueling is going to be the concern, and we're going to kind of see where that goes. because, I mean, we haven't run into the octane issues, obviously, like Steven did on the ZR1, but duty cycles are kind of high on some of these. So we'll have to see. I mean, we're going to have fun doing it.
I would
And
say
again, I'm at a point.
if tuning becomes available, just with the mods that we have and an official tune on it, you're probably talking about an extra 50 at least horsepower to your wheels.
Yeah.
And
tuning an E85 would be a lot. The problem is, are you going to be able to run that much extra?
no, I'm saying even without
because you have to run
E85.
20. Oh, without?
Yeah, you're talking about just their mods
horsepower is RPM,
plus whatever's on the table. You're looking at maybe 50 horsepower.
Well, and you figure horsepower is RPM times torque, right? So even if you go from 8,600 to 9,000 RPM, you got 400 more RPM.
Right.
So you're going to get more horsepower there just because you can open up a little bit, and you can give it a little bit more timing. It's probably still pretty safe from everything we've seen air fuel wise, but that's my concern. I think, Steve and I have talked about this too, because again, he and I talk just like you do. We're like, what about this? And what about this? And you can do this. You can't do that. No, you're never going to do that. That'll never work. Yeah, it'll never work. But that's my biggest concern. And I'm going to find the limit of that safely. I'm going to find the limit of that this summer on where fueling's going to be an issue. Again, we'll see.
So
but he does have a point though.
Kevin Reynolds kind of says it the way that I'm thinking. He says, I'm not paying 100,000 over to lose my exhaust notes. And the exhaust note on the ZR1, it's not bad by any means, especially if you do like high flow cats or even catless downpipes, an exhaust. It's not a bad sounding car. It just doesn't sound as good as the Z06. There's no other way to say it. It's never going to sound as good. It's that simple. Yeah. But it's not that it sounds bad.
Well, and it doesn't rev as high. There's a lower red line and things. So, I mean, it doesn't sound as good. But, again, it's all in what you're into. I really do enjoy the sound of my Z06. I'm not going to lie. But that speed, man. And, again, the fact that you can literally get in it, keep it in tour mode. You could daily drive a ZR1 with 1,000 horsepower. No problem.
Yep.
No problem whatsoever. It would never act funny on you. And when you need it, it's got more than you want. So.
Yep. So let's see. The other thing I wanted to mention is news-wise is the ZR1X review embargoes are lifting this Friday coming up. So you're going to see a whole bunch of reviews flooding YouTube on the ZR1X. So if you guys are interested in the ZR1X, that's going to be you, Professor Corvette. You could potentially be seeing a lot of reviews here. Actually, not potentially, definitely on Friday. So these reviews are already filmed. They're already uploaded. All they have to do is hit submit to make them public. And we're going to see that on Friday the 27th. So again, ZR1X guys, Friday's going to be your day. I don't expect anything but absolutely glowing reviews because it's the ZR1 plus more power. Like, how could that possibly be a bad thing?
Yeah, so, that's never a bad thing. And you've got all-wheel drive now, which, and not that, again, like, but 1,000 versus 1,250. I mean, we've already seen the difference in the acceleration with the E-Ray versus the Z06 from the all-wheel drive at, reasonable speeds. So, and Corey said catless ZR1 with E-Ventura equals hella turbo noise. Yeah, I mean, even just the mods that are on Steven's car, like, it's not the same as his car stock. There's a huge difference. Do not say that I'm not saying this. There's a huge difference between what his car sounds like and what they sounded like at the Bash when they were stock. They were lame at the Bash, like stock. They sound lame, but when you mod them and open them up and the turbo noise comes in, but then I'll go back to the turbo noise on his E-Ray's even better. It's insanely good. So, but Corey, that's a good point, man. Good point. Anything catless sounds much better. It's just loud.
I actually did have some news on the Lightning Lap. Let me see if I can still pull that up. So, Mr. T asked about information on the Lightning Lap. I do have something. Let me see if I can find it here.
The one I want to see is the Grand Sport, not this year, but next year in the Lightning Lap. That's the time I want to see. Because that's either going to sell a gazillion of them or it's going to tank it.
So the Corvette ZR1 Looks like it did 234.2, and I think that's the fastest. Let me see.
Well, they took the ZR1 out and busted every American, 5 track records, like right after it dropped.
Yeah.
But it took the record for the lightning lap. I know that much. It passed it. It posted the fastest time.
Yeah,
And VIR is the course. VIR is the course that really loves a high horsepower, good handling car. Like really loves it.
Yeah. So you guys can see here, I one of my subscribers, actually Jamie, shared with me. He got the magazine today, I guess. It looks like 234.2 is what the lightning lap was. There's a lot of information in here about braking, and it's sustaining 1.5 G's of braking into turn 1. Hitting 118 miles an hour before squeezing the brakes. Lots of information about it in the actual magazine, but that time is pretty good. So 234, I believe, is, like I said, yeah, that's 7/10 of a second faster than the McLaren Senna, which is
bonkers.
It's pretty insane. Yeah, I mean, that's when you're talking about a Corvette beating a McLaren Senna in the same sentence, and you're doing it with a straight face. Like, we're living in pretty awesome times.
And that Senna is track built, carbon fiber, everything. Like, and it's crazy that, I mean, the ZR1's amazing.
Yeah.
And honestly, we talk about the price difference, whatever. So let's honestly be real, guys. I have to say this. Like, I'm not hating ZR. I love the ZR1.
I was gonna say,
for $240K, you're getting a absolute hypercar killer. Done. I mean, it's insane you get that much. And pretty soon, I'm going to tell you, watch, guys, by the end of the year, you'll be getting ZR1s at MSRP.
Oh.
And then,
yeah.
Wait.
I was going to say, the thing is like, I'll sit here and tell you, like I said, if you're not a YouTuber, it really, to me, does not make sense to get a ZR1 over a Z06. But that's not me telling you I'm not getting one. I'm definitely getting one. And it's unfortunate because I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to, but I know once I get it, I'm going to be glad I did. So,
yeah. And the only other thing too, like, you know, you have a ZR1, so to have the next generation ZR1 and things like it even like kind of it folds in very nicely. Let's put it that way. Right. But please do not get it wrong that that I'm not going to buy a ZR1.
It's just, you know,
I don't like the ZR1.
We both of us can talk real about, there's pros and cons to doing this. I mean, obviously the pros are the car's insane. It's faster than anything you're ever going to need. It's killing it online. It's breaking records left and right. And it's taking down cars that are worth 10 times the amount that car is. But at the same time, it is still expensive. It's a $250,000 Corvette. It is still pricey. So there are things to consider. Absolutely. This is not a car you're going to see every guy who has a Corvette going and buying, because it is the most expensive by far Corvette.
Right.
I mean, the ZR1X is even more, but it's like, it's pricey.
And honestly, I mean, I can drive pretty well, but there's no way I'm 234 at VIR driver, right? So, I mean, I'm going to be like every other, like, I'm going to drive very quickly on the road till the speed limit, then I'm going to stop and take it to the track, have some fun with it. But it's just, again, you're right. 250 grand is a lot of money, but, you know, if you're in the market and you've got 250 grand, it doesn't make sense not to when you compare it to a McLaren Senna, McLaren 720S, all these crazy cars. It's just absolutely destroying. It doesn't.
That's what I would say is if you have 250 grand in your pocket and you're going to look for you're looking for a new Corvette and you're asking me which one should I get the ZR1,
please.
But if you're going into it and you're scrimping for every penny you possibly can, the Z06 is going to check 95% of the boxes you need it to check. So that's where the main disconnect is it's pricing 100%. So
well, and again too, like the X, like what we're talking about right now with the ZR1, wait till these X's get out, bro. It's going to be absolute bonkers. The numbers these cars are going to be doing.
Yeah,
absolute bonkers.
We're going to see those on Friday, and they're going to be nuts. Yeah, be prepared. It is not going to. You're not ready for what these things are doing. I guarantee it.
Right. Exactly.
V8 Behind asked me if basically if Amber's still loving the Lyric or she's ready for an Escalade EV. To be honest with you, she is loving the Lyric to the point where the next car might be a Lyric V. I don't think she wants anything as big as the Escalade, but the Lyric V could be a realistic car. We actually saw one the other day in black, and that checked the boxes.
I bet it looked nasty.
It's a cool car right off the bat. Like it's really a neat car.
I had not experienced it until I was up there. I like that.
Oh, it's an awesome
that Lyric.
car.
Oh my god, that Lyric is amazing, dude. If I didn't have to tow anything, I'd have a Lyric.
Yeah,
for sure.
Kevin says, I would love to have a ZR1, but I can't even use the Z06 horsepower without going to track here in California without a 30-day tow. That's not even just a California thing. For the most part, I mean, Pennsylvania, I have a lot of back roads up here where I can kind of use the power, but at the same time, it's like to really stretch that car's legs, you need a big track too, like a Nürburgring kind of thing to really stretch the legs on even a ZR1. You need a lot of road. And there's not many places you're going to have that. That's why I'm saying it's $100,000 more than a Z06, and you're really not going to use it very often. So if you have the money, yes, but
yeah. And I wish they did more of the half-mile events, or like the ones you guys have in the Pocono where you can do it on the straight on the NASCAR track and stuff like that, where people could get out and experience those. And I'm going to tell you guys, like, if you've never driven 1,000 horsepower car before, this is not something you get into and just go do. Like, oh, I've got 1,000 horsepower and go. Like, it's terrifying, and you cannot make a mistake with those horsepower levels.
I honestly thought whenever the ZR1 came out, I really did believe that GM was going to offer, number one, free Ron Fellows, but they were going to make you go to Ron Fellows before you took delivery of the car, so you could have a better idea of how to handle the freaking thing with that amount of power.
Well, and when I say things like grandma could drive it to the store, don't think that I'm saying this car will not kill you. It's great. It has great traction control, but like, you get your foot all the way down, and once you get into boost, guys, the world starts going by real fast, and telephone poles start coming. Like, it's fast, man. So it's not that this is not a very violent car when you get into boost, because once you get into boost, it is violent. Do not get me wrong.
Yep.
Like Mark said, you better respect it.
Oh, yeah.
Damn straight.
Yeah,
Mark.
if you don't respect it, you're going to find out the hard way you should have. Tech Speed just said that he passed on his ZR1 allocation. A dealer wanted to stick him with a 75K markup. Took my build to the cooler just under 300K. Yeah, that's the thing is, 100%. I would not recommend anybody buy a ZR1 if you're paying over MSRP. Unless, like I said before, I made a video about over MSRP charges and whether or not you should pay them. The answer is always no, unless time is not on your side and this is your last possible Corvette and you have the money, then you do what you got to do. But in my situation, I will not pay a dime over for that ZR1. I have a Z06, so does David. It's like those cars are absolutely fine for the time being until I can get a ZR1 at MSRP.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at, right? Like, I'm not paying over, I'm not, whatever, but like, and Steven brought up another good point. When they get them at MSRP, when ZR1s are in MSRP, guys, you're looking at a difference of 65K. If you've got that extra 65K, unless you specifically just want the sound of the Z06, you're a ding-a-ling not to buy that.
Well, no, I'm saying if you have my build, which is a maxed Z07 versus a maxed ZTK.
Oh yeah.
That's that's $100K difference. It's exactly $100K. Brian asks how he can enter for the light kit. You can donate right here on YouTube on the super chat. You'll actually see a thing that looks like a little money symbol. You can donate right there, or you can go to Venmo and send the money to Horsepower Obsessed. Either way you do it, I'll see it here on my phone and I'll get you entered in. But we're going to do the drawing here in a couple minutes, so make sure you're getting in ASAP.
Yep. That's right. And Ricky says he thinks the C7Z was more of a handful and can kill him easier than Z-Ray. The E-Ray is remarkably behaved for as quick as it is.
Yeah, that's the all-wheel drive thing, I think.
That's the all-wheel drive and the weight. Yeah. No, it is confidence inspiring on street roads or like back roads. It's really pretty crazy how planted that thing is. So
Rally Roofer says the ZR1 will have markup over sticker. It will never happen for less. I promise you, we're only a couple months away from it happening at MSRP.
They've already made 1,000.
Yeah.
So they're cranking them out.
Here's the thing, 1,000 for the year of 2026. That's really good actually for ZR1 owners. If they
Short year.
continue with around 1,000 per year, the values of the ZR1 will stay higher than they did with the Z06, which is a great thing. But even at 1,000, the next set of cars coming in 2027, these are not going to be over MSRP for much longer.
No.
If, like I said, I would suspect we're probably 6 months at most away from seeing them at MSRP. I know a handful of people that got them already at MSRP. Now they were obviously the lucky ones, but it's not gonna stay above MSRP for much longer. Now you're not going to be seeing 20K off either anytime soon, but I do think we're not even 6 months away from seeing them at MSRP.
No, and I think another thing that kind of constraints are going to kind of play into that for numbers wise, because we're adding another model year or another model in next year.
Yep.
So we'll see. I mean, I hope if they're really cranking out Grand Sports, it doesn't cut into ZR1 production. But I mean, they're going to make as many Grand Sports as they can sell. They're going to make as many ZR1s as they can sell. So,
well, I do, based on the fact that they had 1,000 made in 2026. I do feel like that number has been limited to some degree, and I honestly hope they are limiting it to keep the values up, because they destroyed it with the Z06. They just pumped those things out until they couldn't anymore, and that did hurt the values pretty bad. So if they keep the value of the ZR1 up by making even 1,000 a year, you're still talking about that's 1,000. That's still a lot of cars. So 1,026, 1,027, 1,028, and probably 1,029. And before we're moving on to the C9, you're still talking about 4,000 to 5,000 cars. You're going to be able to get those at MSRP. I mean, I bought my C7 ZR1 at 10,000 under sticker in 2019 when it was still brand new.
Right.
Well, and they only made 2,800 of those cars. So it's like,
and they're eventually going to start. Yeah, and they're eventually going to start hitting the used market for a bit of a discount. Now, the ones that won't will be the 25s. Those will always, in my opinion, carry a premium. But, 26 ZR1 in 3 years, somebody wants to sell it because they're getting ready for their C9 or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. Or they're just tired of it, want to buy a Ferrari. Okay. You're going to start to see them come on in the used market where they're not going to get the premium that they're getting right now either. So that'll be another option. But like you said, it's not far off. So we'll start to see those at MSRP.
So Rally Roofer said that he had seen that there was only a 600. We actually covered this last week where 2026 Corvette ZR1 production reaches a new milestone. And you can see here they had more than 1,000 C8 ZR1s produced. As of the 2026 model year, there was actually 1,037 Corvette ZR1s. So you can see right there produced during the 2026 model year. So there's a little over 1,000 that have been built for 2026. And if they stay on that same track, I'm okay with that. It will keep the values up on the ZR1. Not over MSRP, but at least not crazy low like the Z06 has gotten.
Right. And I'm okay with them pumping out as many Z06s as they can because I don't care about the value. I mean, it's not like I bought it for a collector car. I'd love for everybody to get to own one of these jokers, man. It's such a better car than the Stingray, man. It's not even the same league.
That's the thing is like anybody with a Stingray, and I've said this too, it's like the Stingray is a great car, don't get me wrong, but if you want to elevate your game from a Stingray to a Z06, the difference is massive. It like literally every single thing is different. But if you go from the Z06 to a ZR1, that jump is not as massive. It's bigger power, but that's really it. You're not checking all additional boxes like you did with the Z06. I mean, I can honestly tell you after owning the Stingray, moving on to the ZR1, I wasn't really super pleased with my Stingray at the very end. There was a lot of complaints I had with it, and every single one of them was fixed with the Z06.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree to that point mostly, except for when you get into the power.
Well, yeah,
at that point,
the
you're
thing
like, holy shit, that's where it's at.
I'm talking about like with the Stingray, you're going from a regular body to a wide body. You're going. It's a nicer looking car,
and that's why I said I agree with
wheels,
most of that.
Better aero, nicer. Like it just has a better road presence, better suspension. But then from the Z06 to the ZR1, you're getting more power.
Well, I think all of us, and you included, you've owned both.
Yeah.
That when the C8 first came out, man, I was hot to trot. But then after seeing my Z06 and getting a Z06, then I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look so great. It looks okay, but it doesn't look so great.
Yeah, and then Steven actually brings up another point. Again, if you're getting a ZR1 to hold value, ZTK and Aero hold value.
Oh yeah.
So
2019s have proven that over and over
if
again.
if you have a 2019 without the ZTK package, you have a car that's still roughly 10,000 or so under what it was new, which is still pretty good. Or if you have the ZTK package, you have a car that's worth like 110 more than it was new. So
some of them are 400.
If you want to keep the most possible value, get the ZTK package. It's that simple.
Yeah, no, and honestly, just like the C7s, right? Not so much the C, but just like the C7 ZR1s, there is no reason to buy this it does not look anywhere near as good if you buy the non-ZTK car. I don't know why you would buy a C8 ZR1 non-ZTK. It just no, you can't do it. It's criminal.
I mean, you're already spending so much money. I don't know why you would.
But it just doesn't even look any different other than the split window. And that's not like the big wing, the Aero, the brakes. Like you just need the whole package.
V8 behind says, Justin, are you getting a ZTK? Yeah, so I actually passed on an early ZR1 allocation because I was told it was not going to have ZTK. I would have had a 25 ZR1 if I hadn't passed. And then, of course, 2 weeks later, someone moved into my spot and GM said, oh, just kidding. You can get ZTK now. And here I am. But it's unfortunate. But yeah, I will not buy this car without ZTK. 100%. Especially the 26 and up. I want the new brakes. I want the stiffer suspension. I want all of that. It's ZTK or I'm not buying the car.
Well, and again, if you buy it and keep it and it holds its value, goes up, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. But the only one that even has a chance of doing that, like Steven said, is the ZTK with the Aero. That's it. Check all the boxes. You're good to go. So.
Yeah. And
that's the thing. Like you and I have talked, we settled before. We both settled.
Won't do it again.
We're not doing it again. Yeah.
Hot Rod Todd says, if you buy ZR1 thinking about the resale value, you are not a financial genius. It's very true. I don't buy any of my cars with resale value in mind.
I drive them.
I was going to say, even with the ZR1, when I get it, I'm going to drive it. I'm going to put miles on it. It's not going to sit in a bubble. Just like my C7 ZR1 has almost 20,000 miles on it. If I really wanted to maximize resale value on that, I would put it in a bubble and never driven it. But yeah, it's too good of a car not to drive. It's that simple.
Oh, and honestly, dude, every time I see it, like there's no way I'd ever sell that car. It just looks mean. It's one of the coolest damn things. No way.
Professor Corvette says 10 pistons are a must. 9 pistons can barely stop the car. All right.
Well,
so,
and we talked quickly about getting thrown out of tracks, and I'm not going to hold you much longer, but like they do need to update some of these rules for some of these stock cars because you can go from a track speed of 164 to a dead stop before you get to the first turn off at most tracks. So
yeah. All right, so guys, I'm going to give you 3 more minutes if you want to get in on the giveaway. Again, if you haven't seen it, it is the Boosted Lighting Solutions engine bay lighting, or if you have a coupe, you can get the front windshield LED light up there. So the rear one is worth roughly $500. You can win it here for $10 as an entry. $50 or more is double entries. I'm going to be giving them away tonight. Well, this item is going to be given away tonight. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 entries. If you want to get in, you got a pretty good chance of winning this, but I'm going to give you 3 more minutes to get in on that before I close the entry and we start putting some names in a wheel. Riptide Rick says, Justin, what color for your C8 ZR1? So Riptide, I have 2 potential options here, depending on when my allocation comes in. If it comes in as a 2026, I'm going to get black and I'm going to stealth wrap it. If it comes in as a 2027, I'm probably going to get the new gray and also stealth wrap it. So either way, it's going to have a satin finish, and it's either going to be black or gray depending on the year.
Accent color?
Gray. On the gray, it would probably be either red or blue. I'm not a big blue guy, so probably red. Black will definitely be red.
Blue would harken back to like the blue on the ZR1s before, you know what I mean? That'd be nice.
Yeah, but the biggest reason why I'm thinking I want to go black is because my current ZR1's black.
Oh, dude, no, in your case, I would spec that exactly the same and put them right next to each other. That's like with my C6 and my C8. They're both carbon flash. They're both like you have to do it. You have to do black 100%, man.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and the stealth, of course, is going to look really good. Obviously, 10 seconds Z06 knows he has a black stealth one, but I saw just recently that I can't remember his name now, the racetrack driver guy. Though he's kind of a shorter dude.
Cletus?
No, not Cletus. I can't remember his name, but he has a YouTube channel. He has a ZR1 ZTK package with the 10 piston calipers and everything. He's a race car driver, and he had his stealth wrapped in black, and I was like, man, that really looks good. Like, I could definitely do that. That way, it's something a little different. It doesn't just look like another black Z06. It's stealth wrapped, so you can tell it's a different car. Yeah.
Yep. And it does, like, even like when I first saw Shane's in person, when he had his stealth wrap over the carbon flash, it looks so amazing.
Yep, Kevin, I got your 100, so I'll get you in for 20 entries. And then somebody sent... Let me see what this is. It looks like somebody sent something. Somebody sent something to me via Zelle from me, Amor, LLC. If you're going to send it via Zelle, it's got to be sent to horse.power.obsessed@gmail. You got to put the dots in there or it won't come to me correctly. So whoever that is, me, Amor, make sure you're putting in those dots to get it sent to me correctly.
You got to roll your R's, Justin. Be more.
Yeah. All right, man. There is nothing more I hate than speaking English and having to do that kind of stuff. Because, like, the amount of crap I get for saying Porsche instead of Porsche, I don't care how it's pronounced in Germany and all.
Well,
it's
I'm going to be
here.
honest. Where you grew up, I'm so impressed you don't say Warsh.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is I do what I can.
And Yuns.
I do what I can to make it sound like I'm not from here. I will not say yins. I don't say you guyses and
or Warsh. Your car.
Yeah, I don't say that kind of stuff. I do everything I can to not sound like I'm from Pittsburgh. But anytime I talk to somebody on the phone that I don't know, they can tell instantly I'm from Pittsburgh, and I'm like, what am I doing?
No, it's Pittsburghese, dude. You can't ever get away with it.
Sean, was that you? Was that you that sent that? And yeah, that's it. Santino Ferrucci or whatever. That's the guy I'm talking about. He actually has a YouTube channel. He's a smaller guy, but apparently a pretty good race car driver from what I've seen. And he has the coolest looking stealth black C8 ZR1. If you want to check that out, look at that and then tell me next Monday night that I shouldn't do that same thing on my ZR1 because it looks amazing.
No, it looks insane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot yours is carbon flash. No, it wasn't me. All right, whoever it was, Mia Moore or whatever, I'll let David say it. But yeah, just make sure you're sending it to the right account so I can get you entered in on this.
Yeah, what's the matter? Yins can't say Mia Moore.
No, Yins don't want to say it. Is the problem. I could absolutely say it, but I'm not French or whatever that is, so I don't want to say it correctly.
Love it. Yeah, Professor, I'm trying to snag up every generation Z06 currently as we speak. That's one of my goals.
Riptide Rick said, the wife said no more entries for a while. Oh, God. No, Bill, they sent it via event cell, so it doesn't actually go to anybody unless they have that email address. When you send it to my email address, it has to have the dots in it or else it doesn't come to me. It will go and act like I don't even have a Zelle account. It will tell me to create one. Yeah. 10 seconds 06 says they say wash around my area too. I try hard to say wash. That's the thing. Is like, I don't want people to know by talking to me that I'm from Pittsburgh. I hate a lot of the Pittsburgh talk, like lingo, but something I say apparently gives it away anyway. So,
well, in Georgia, where they say wash too, that's not specifically Pittsburgh, but like, jag off and those, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of Pittsburgh stuff that is unique to the city from a, vernacular standpoint.
Yeah. The Jagoff thing is something else. Like some of the stuff that it doesn't even make sense that a location has breeded such weird lingo. Like An accent I
is.
kind of get, but like there's like new words that have been born from Pittsburgh. It doesn't even make sense.
Oh yeah, yeah, really. Yeah, Bill. A lot of that did come from Pennsylvania Dutch, so a lot of it did.
All right, guys, we got 181 watching, 166 thumbs ups. Let's smash those. We are about to wrap this thing up. I'm going to put the wheel on. I'm just waiting for Mia Moore.
And Seawolf, if I could get a Centennial, hell yes, immediately. I would buy the C601 if I could get a Centennial for the right price, 100%.
Mia Moore, he sent it now. Horsepower.obsessed. It's horse.power.obsessed. You have to send it to that right email address. Here, I'll put it in the chat so you can just copy and paste it.
Oh yeah, yeah, Ricky. It was package stores. They had state stores in Pennsylvania because the state runs all the liquor stores. So it's called the state store. Or
make sure you just
up there.
copy and paste that email and put that in. That way it goes to the right person.
Yeah, Professor, that would be holy grail if that was actually the case, bro. Yeah, that's exactly right, Hot Rod Todd. Just notice the jag-offs on the slippy roads.
Slippy, yeah. Slippy. I hate that.
Yeah.
Did you ever play
him, what do you call fried eggs, Justin?
Not
Is there anything
eggs.
other than fried eggs?
Not dippy. Is that
okay.
what
dippy
you're getting
eggs?
at? No. Sunny side up, fried eggs.
Yeah,
I mean,
dippy eggs.
Yeah, I've never called them that either.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, Seawolf in a hot second, dude. I look at them all the time. I'm all the time looking for once I'm bringing a trailer and everything else. I actually bailed out of an auction not too long ago that Steven sent me because I thought it ran up to like 90 so fast. I was like, this thing's gonna go for mega bucks, and it actually sold for 95. I was kicking myself.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it, chickened out.
All right, I'm just waiting for one last entry, one last attempt here from Mia Moore. Or how do you do it?
Oh, Rick. Amor. But you know, Ricky, so when I was working in Boston, I got a real quick wake up call that I was in Boston. It was like my first night there, and one of the patients' first names was Mark, and I could hear the nurse around the corner going, Mark, open your eyes, Mark, and I was like, yup, yeah. I'm in Boston.
Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh yeah, Seawolf, they're so insane, dude. And I would buy it and send it straight to LMR, 1,000 horsepower all day long.
For what car?
He was saying about a C601. I said if I can get a Centennial one, I'd buy it. But the minute I bought it, I'd send it down there.
Yep, Z06 Hot Rod Todd says DBM wants 7 cars on NCM insurance. I mean,
as many.
Apparently there is not a limit on them because if there was, David would have found it already.
No, and again, a lot of these are older muscle cars too, so it's not like
Baston.
They're all high dollar. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just how many cars do you have in total?
Counting mine and my kids, and my truck, and my beater, 10 or 11. I'd have to do the math.
He doesn't even know. So, like that. That's
well.
I don't know how many cars I own.
I'm like selling and buying it, but yeah, no. But let's see. 8, 4, 5, 11.
All right, 11. You sure it's not 11 and
Don't
a half?
mock me. I got kids, man. The cars are still in my name.
Oh, I think it's hilarious because
adults
it's like
that are like 23 and 26 and they're still driving my cars.
There's some people out there that pretend to be car guys, and then there's guys who pretend to not be car guys. And like you're kind of on the side that you pretend to not be, but you're like, oh, it's only like 11. It's like you couldn't pass as not a car guy if you have 11 freaking cars. Okay,
well,
it's that simple.
It's funny because it's just like it's a hodgepodge of so many things. Like I love my Vettes, but I mean I've got Mustangs, I've got Challengers, I've got 72 pickups, I got a 69 Dart, just if it's cool and it's interesting and whatever, I'll get into it. Like I don't care.
All right, Mia Moore sent it. We got it right this time, so I'm going to go ahead and start setting up the wheel here, guys. Shouldn't take too long. There's not that many entries. So the giveaways entries are done. I've got everybody added in here. All
Oh yeah. Well, the problem, Professor, is that I have a big garage, but the problem is that to get those best rates, they all have to be in the garage, and like you have to send them pictures. So all except for my kids, because they're not insured on the NCM insurance, but my cars that are on NCM are all garage kept. So yeah, I have to be careful with that. So.
Bill says, David, how do you count to 11 when you only have 10 fingers?
Let's not talk about that on the live.
Oof, gross. All right, so
Gross.
wheel is ready to go here, guys. So
Let's do it.
let's see who's not on it. David, you're not on it. How many times do I press shuffle?
Let's do lucky number 7, brother.
7. Okay. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, let's go.
Here we
Big
go.
bucks, no whammies. Good luck, everybody.
Oh,
Ooh,
looks like it's going to be Charles tonight.
it's gonna be Charles. Ha ha.
All right, Charles. You're the winner, buddy. So shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. Let me know your shipping address, and I will make sure that gets off to you. Again, big thank you to Boosted Lighting Solutions for sponsoring this. You'll let me know, Charles, if you want the front one if you have a convertible, or if you want the rear one with a coupe. So either way, shoot me an email. Let me know. Guys, you've been great tonight. Smash the thumbs up button
Yeah,
if you
great show
haven't
tonight,
yet.
guys.
Obviously, subscribe if you haven't as well. And we'll see you same time, same place next Monday night. Stay obsessed.
Thanks, guys.